Hello and welcome to the channel, beautiful people. And we have Michelle Gray channeling my son, Eric, who is in the afterlife. And welcome if you're just now joining this channel. Today, we're going to interview someone I know absolutely know nothing about. Her name is Anne Hamilton-Brynne, I guess, B-Y-R-N-E, founder of the cult, The Family. So let me read for those of you, maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know anything about her, but in case, I'm going to read to you here. Anne Hamilton-Brynne, December 30th, 1921. She died in June 13th, 2019, is the founder of the Australian New Age group or cult named The Family that was founded in the mid-1960s. The police, acting on information from two child escapees, raided the cult in 1987. It emerged that over the years, Hamilton-Brynne had collected 28 children through bogus adoptions and gifts from followers that would give their kids away, dressed them in identical clothing, bleached their hair platinum. To keep her eerie brood under control, they say she subjected them to vicious beatings, starvation, and emotional torture. By the time of the police raid, Hamilton-Brynne had broken up families, destroyed marriages, left her child victims with lifelong psychological scars due to emotional and physical abuse. I'm almost finished. A number of followers tried to kill themselves, either during the time in the family or after they escaped. Tragically, some succeeded. The cult leader amassed an estimated Aussie dollars 150 million, 102 million US dollars through property, land, cash donated by followers, etc. She hid overseas and was eventually arrested in 1993 on relatively minor fraud charges. So, do we have her here, Eric? Can you bring Anne in?
She's here. And so I can feel her. And as you were talking, I was getting some images. And so I'll just tell you too, Eric has shown himself today wearing overalls, no shirt, just jean overalls, and they're rolled up like I want to call them Huck Finn, like they're rolled
Okay.
up on his leg, and he's got a big piece of I don't know if it's
Raw.
straw or
Like
something sticking out
weasel,
of his
yeah.
mouth. Yeah, and he's sitting there. He's got his legs like up like this, like he's kind of sitting in meditation. So
Hi, Eric. I
he
love
says, "Hi,
you.
mom. Love you, mom. Love you, mom." He's giving you a
Aw.
lot of kisses. So he does have her here, and I'll tell you the images that I got. They were like real quick flashes, so I can see blonde hair. I can also see like a polyester suit, so it looks like powder blue and polyester, like tied at the waist, and looks like something from like the late 70s,
Oh, yeah.
early 80s, like that
I
kind
can
of like
imagine.
really like chic looking. Like it
Okay.
looks, she looks nice. And she's got some kind of like a scarf around her neck.
Okay.
The energy that I feel from her is actually quite light feeling. Um,
Huh.
she's starting to speak, and she's coming right through my heart. And she says that she does have a lot to say. She
Good.
thanks Eric and you, and she says all the listeners for being willing to hear her story. She says that it is important for her to share this message that she has to, and she says, I'm just asking her, do you mean like apology? Because there's a lot of a feeling of regret in her, but she wants to be able to explain it, she
Yeah.
says.
The floor is yours, man.
What she first starts talking about is generational. She says, first, I would like to um, speak about my life. I would like to speak about the life that I came here to live, and this was to be my purpose to end, she says, generational karma.
Oh.
Um, she's saying that her, sorry, I've got a hair in my mouth sticking right in my face. She says that she's going up generations. So there are many generations, she says, in her DNA of disorder, of chaos, but she's also saying she's got a very strong like spiritual energy. She's showing me like grandmother, like going up in grandmother, great grandmother, like there are family that had abilities.
Oh, okay.
And she's saying, geez, it never fails that happens. She's saying not grounded, like not grounded
Okay.
abilities.
Yeah.
Um, so she's showing me something was wrong with her, um, like mentally.
Okay.
There was some instability.
Was she had a
She,
particular mental illness like bipolar disease, major depression, I mean, anything,
she
sociopath?
says that if she
Okay.
were diagnosed today,
Yeah.
it would look like a combination between bipolar and borderline.
Borderline personality. Okay.
She says that, however, mental illness did run in my family.
Mm.
Um, she's showing me showing me images of in this one street in our town, and there's a lot of people that are walking up the street in this area, and there's a lot of very obvious mental illness. And she's
Okay.
actually showing me this man walking that's wearing this hat with like a spin like a tinfoil hat. And
Okay.
what she's saying is spirituality and mental illness combined together, or the um, like she says, being a medium,
Oh,
being
yeah.
connected spiritually, but you're not grounded and you've got emotional or mental issues
Mm.
that are not been dealt with.
Not a good combination.
No. And she says that she experienced that, but in her family. So I don't know if it's her grandmother or her mother, but it's who she was raised by,
Well, this
or where
question
she
number
came from.
one may give us a clue. What was your childhood like growing with a mentally ill mother? Like, talk about that and your family upbringing. I'm gonna look at
Okay,
the
so
picture.
her mother. Okay, her mother.
I mean, maybe her grandmother too. I don't know.
Well, she does say that it's beyond her mother. So her mother, yes, but she's going up and up in generations. So there'll be a grandmother and feels like an aunt as well.
Okay.
So okay. Um, she says chaos, chaos. Um, her mother was not well, and she's showing having to help, like having to be a parent,
Yeah.
trying to control circumstances. And she says, my childhood was a failure.
Mm.
Like my life was a failure. And she's making this very clear because she wants to really have us understand that many of us go through experiences at childhood that are challenging. And she's speaking to you, Elisa, and saying, we have a choice what we do with it. And
Right.
she says that she did not have a good childhood, but she did not, she was not grounded and she did not make the best choices. But she says she tried.
Yeah.
She's saying that there was a lot of tragedy for her. So there was
Mm.
the passing of people that she loved, a passing
Mm.
of a parent. She also, like, she's saying parents, like
Yeah.
no parents. And she says that she grew up wanting someone to say, I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
wanting someone to say, be proud of yourself. She said that there was nobody around her that raised her up. It's like she was left to her own defenses. And
Yeah.
she says, I did not know what love was.
Mm.
That's what I was searching for
Yeah.
in my
Oh,
life, was
hence the
love.
family. She felt like she didn't have a functional family that taught her love and that loved her, so she tried to create her own.
She says yes. Now she says that she tried to recreate the dream that she had always wanted.
Mm.
She's showing me like a beautiful home with a little, like it looks like a little lime green or greenish looking home with flowers on the front, and there's a white picket fence. And she's leading me up to the front door, and she's just saying like, come in my home, would you like something to drink? Like she's
Yeah.
showing me like I've got this beautiful life. So she's showing me that she attempted to have what she says is a normal life, but she's saying that it was met with tragic circumstances. And she's showing me children. So she must have had biological children, but she also
Maybe.
shows lights. And when they show me little lights, that's miscarriage. That's miscarriage.
Oh,
And yeah,
oh.
so she's showing me that there's multiple little lights
So she was
around.
a yoga instructor, apparently. Plus, she had a penchant apparently for plastic surgery. So that's probably trying to become lovable by looking worthy of love.
She says that the plastic surgery, she says that aging was not something that she was interested in. That she put a lot of on. She had the money to do it. She says, I had the money to do it. If I, oh, I see, control. She says, if there was something that I could control, I would do it.
Ah, I see.
So that was another form of control.
Okay.
Um, but she's showing that as being later on because she's breaking up her life, like her childhood, and she's showing some normalcy, but she keeps showing me cracks at the seams.
Yeah.
And then there was the next part of her life, and that's where she shows me yoga, like
Okay.
because yoga wasn't always there. She's showing me
Okay.
going deep into spirituality,
Oh.
diving into spirituality, and she shows me like finding love. Like I found it. I found it. I found love. This feels good. I found something. And then I feel a little bit sour in the stomach, like something went sour. Like
Oh, okay.
she says, when you're not balanced, when you're, you start to, oh, she says this is a danger, and why it is so important for anybody that is following their intuition, following their soul,
Mm.
is to really understand why they are doing things, because she got a lot of charge from the information that she learned, and she was very good at speaking. She was
Okay.
very good at delivering information. And what she says is that she was so good that she believed much of what she was saying, even though she didn't have deep understanding of all of it. It's like other people would hear her speak and would really believe her. And she
And
says she wasn't grounded. She
that
actually
made her
showed me
believe
she had,
herself. Like, for
yes,
example, do you really think that you were the reincarnation of Jesus? And if so, what made you believe that? I mean, did you really think that? And what made you think that?
she says yes. Yes, I did. And something that she says that she would often share with people. And there was a way about her that would say, I'm sharing something with you because you are chosen to hear this.
Oh, wow.
You are special. You
Mm.
are. So she was using that. She tells me that she had spiritual experiences that connected her to Jesus.
Oh,
She said, she says, I was a medium.
yeah,
I
wow.
was a
It's
medium.
probably
So,
Jesus saying, don't do it. Don't go
well,
down this path.
what she's saying is that, um, did I feel Jesus? Yes. Now, she also says that there were spirits that she would listen to that weren't really Jesus.
Mm.
So it was more like a an imposter. So
Oh,
she also she says misinterpretation, because she keeps going back to the ego, like I believe I am this, because she says understanding that now we are all part, and some of us
yeah.
come with more of a like if Jesus was 12 slices of the pizza, Erik says Jesus was 12 slices of the pizza, some people might have 6 slices.
Okay.
worth.
So
And
everybody has some Christ consciousness in them, I guess.
right, right. And
You just believe you had a whole lot that you were.
she's also saying it's where the knowledge was at the time. So she says that there was a like a deep desire, there was a popularity with understanding metaphysics, like a deeper understanding. And so it was very popular
Yeah.
to come out with some of this information. So she says she did believe it. She is saying that there was a lot of misleading in what she said, but she also she believed that she was getting the correct knowledge. But she's saying that I did make a choice because there were times where she would embellish what she was
Oh,
saying.
yeah. Were you channeling negative entities sometimes?
Yes, yes, she was.
Were you an alien consciousness projected into a human body? Someone wants to know.
Well, she says that yes, um, no more than many of us listening here, though.
So you were like, you had alien DNA. Is that what you're saying? Like
Yes,
many of us do?
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Like any bad, nefarious alien DNA? Like, some of the reptilians aren't so good. Or
She's saying that
manta rays.
she is connected to she's saying Orion, but she's calling it dark. But she says that that doesn't, even if somebody is connected there, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are dark. But she says that there was a, oh, okay. She wants to explain it like this. All of us do carry parts of us in our soul that is connected to that because it's all part of source.
Oh, yeah.
She opened it up.
Oh,
She allowed more of it to come through.
I
She says we all choose what we want to honor within ourselves. So, and that's what allowed a lot of that. She's calling it chaotic and confusive
yeah.
and very materialistic energy.
What was
And sexual energy too, like kind
oh,
of a,
oh,
she says almost perverse
oh my
energy.
God. Okay. What was your purpose here on Earth? And did you have like a spiritual contract involved in all of what happened?
Mhm. Yes. Um, I have several purposes to this lifetime. One was the karmic completion, the attempting of being able to redirect some of my family energy,
Oh,
um, being able to change a cycle. She said that this lifetime gave her opportunity to transcend and to heal a lot of um, the layers of, she keeps going back to confusion and chaos that had
yeah.
come from her family.
Okay.
And she says, did I succeed that in this lifetime? She says, I learned many lessons. I will not call it a failure, but I will be
Okay.
coming back to complete this, is how
To
she's saying
balance
it.
things out. Yeah. What made you want to undergo plastic surgery and totally change your look? Were you guided by some entity, or was just this trying to, the ego, not, wanting to look young and appealing?
She said that she was there two parts to it, because she says yes, young and appealing, because she said that she loved all things beautiful.
Hmm.
And she said she also had a very skewed idea of what love was.
Oh, yeah.
And without being beautiful, she said I wouldn't be lovable.
Yeah.
But she
That's what I figured.
also is saying that she's talking about those that followed her, uh, like showing the power in not aging.
Oh,
So
oh,
like she's
yeah.
saying like a little bit tricky.
Oh,
It
so
was a
she
little
was
bit
able
tricky.
to convince, like, if you join me, you can turn back the hands of time. So that's another question. How were you able to convince the adults of your cult, by saying, "Hey, this is a message from Jesus. Yeah, I'm Jesus reincarnated," and things like that. And of course, I'm young, looking, and beautiful, and that's because I'm on the right path and powerful and You should
She
follow
says
me.
she says it was actually quite easier than we might think.
Mm.
What she says is that she was very good because of her childhood upbringing. She learned how to anticipate other people's reactions and
Mm.
behaviors because she said it was her specialty in trying to control circumstances. So she often was able to anticipate what somebody needed to hear. And what she's saying is that regardless of a person's stature, because she's showing me a lot of um, like wealth, like
Okay.
going after people that had wealth
Yeah,
and
because
power.
one of those donations, I'm sure.
Yes, she says affording a lifestyle. So she's showing like creating a group around her, saying what like compliment, you are special. And she's also showing me that there were either they were affluent but had broken homes themselves or had
Oh.
things that were missing in them.
Mm.
So they would start to feel that in her. She was
Oh.
giving that to them and then promising them this same life. And so they were buying into it. And what she says is that many of them that followed her as adults, that is exactly what they believe. So they were truly receiving these lessons and these gifts, but at the same time, she says it wasn't. It was legit for them, but it wasn't actually
Yeah.
what she was saying it was.
Oh, yeah. So what gave you the idea of gathering children under your care? What was the whole purpose of that?
She's saying that she wanted to create her own community, like her own world, her own family. Like she keeps showing it as a community, like we're getting bigger and bigger. And she even shows like the idea of marrying in this community, like everybody stays in this community.
Oh.
Purity. She keeps showing me purity and putting a white light around all of them. Like you're pure. So you're
Oh.
all part of this. You're pure.
Don't
Like
go out
that was
into
her
the
idea.
dirty world and become infected or influenced.
And that's some of the she's showing me like some of the like she may have even had a little bit of like schizophrenia or something. Like there was something else there that was very
Paranoid?
not touch with reality. Yes. Like
Oh.
kind of um like she would read deeper into things, and not really, it wouldn't be sensical, but she
Okay.
believed it. She believed it. And she says, I knew how to put on a good show. It's like she knew certain things were able to be said behind closed doors and that some things could not be said. Like she had awareness of that because
Okay.
she shows me that I know not to say this, but I say this.
Okay. What was the significance of the bleaching the kid's hair blonde and cut in a bowl style, a bowl cut?
She says that
Oh, you sound like a Nazi.
she says the style has to do more with the generation or the like what was popular at that time, the style.
Okay.
But she says like everybody's the same. Nobody is better than another.
Oh.
Everybody is the same. And also like we match, you're mine. Um
Mm.
so they weren't all like because there's biological children I can feel, but they weren't all biological. Like there's she's wanting to make them the same, like
Well,
the
are
same
you talking about
family.
biological, like her biological children?
Yeah, she's like there are biological children, so she must have
Okay.
carried some, but there are some that are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the purpose of why blonde? Is that purity? Or is it easier to make everybody look the same by just pouring bleach on their head?
Yes, she says that that was the yes, purity. She says not the only reason, that was easier. Was easier, and
Yeah.
she keeps saying like virgin hair, like much easier to upkeep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. What was the purpose of giving the children LSD?
calling it an initiation,
Okay.
like a she's actually talking about Scientology, and like there's like a you get to a certain age or you get to a certain level and it's an initiation, but she's also showing me like studying behavior, because I can see notepads, like we're what's
Okay.
going
So
on. We're
studying the
making
effect
notes. We're
of
making notes.
hallucinogens,
Mm-hmm.
how the children would react,
Mm-hmm.
and probably adults too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't just children, she said.
So why would people did give you their children? Is that the case? As gifts? Or did I misread that?
She's not saying they gave them. Okay, hang on. She's giving me an example of um okay, because she says I have friends in high places. I have friends in high places, and she's also saying that like single mothers or
Mm,
like she's giving me like the situation, like situation's not good. So there was some convincing, and then there
yeah.
was also she says connection. So she's showing me buildings, and each building is representing like lawyers, doctors,
Mm.
and she's got like a title on each of them. So she knows people everywhere. So it's like taking, we take, and
Wish
nothing
to
can
give
be
your
done
child a
about it.
better life. Unwed mothers giving up for adoption, things like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Let me ask one more question, and then we're gonna stop, and we'll start the next part. Have you met the children who have since died? If so, let me know how that. I mean, the ones that, especially that took their own life.
What she's saying is that as part of her healing process in spirit, that she has had the um, she's calling it consultation with them. Um,
Hmm.
she says that understanding the soul contract is like together we understand the soul contract.
Hmm.
We review the soul contract, and also she's saying like the choices that she made, like there was a lot of free will to what she did, because it
Yeah.
was could have gone a couple different ways, she says. Things could have gone, she could have made different choices. So
Yeah.
it was like reviewing the choices. And there's also effort with those in spirit that are helping others in similar situations,
Hmm.
because there's learning that she has with these other souls in seeing what people on earth are going through in spirit. Like she's learning a lot through them, she says.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll pause here. You guys check out Michelle Gray. Her links are in the description box below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss it when we publish part 2 of our interview with Anne Hamilton-Bryn. Hope I got that right. All right. Bye.